move the fields we're moving, keep them bodies running right. Hi everyone, welcome back. This is an Empties video for the face. I did one I think only about a month ago. I have been on a mission since we moved into this much bigger space of an office, although I reckon we'll outgrow it by next year. I have had all the products put out on the walls. My lovely Lulu, who's sitting behind the camera, has everything separated for me. It's amazing, so I can have eyes and moisturiser and serum and treatment serum and retinols, and so I've been shopping my stash. It hasn't stopped me shopping, obviously, but I have been using up a lot, and I have been trying to work my way through things to, one, remind myself why I liked that product in the first place, and you'll see some regulars here, and two, to obviously be able to give you an informed opinion. And going forward, I will try and give you as much information as I can here as I do on the blog in terms of how long I've been using something, did I use it all up or was it the kids as well, things like that. So let's start with cleansers. Why not? Break the habit of a lifetime. I'll start with this Diddy one because I got through another empty Emma Hardy Moringa Balm, empty, travel size. There is nothing I can say about this that hasn't already been said. It is one of the originals, one of the loveliest. If you don't live in the UK and you haven't actually tried this, you could try ordering one of the travel sizes. I think they sell a 3-pack on one of the websites. If I can find it, I'll link it below. If I'm talking utter tosh, I apologise. Moringa Balm is a wicked makeup remover. It is also a great skin cleanser, so it is appropriate for first or second cleanse. Love it. Still in my stash regularly. Speaking of a regular occurrence, the green bitch is back. Tata. This is the Purifying Cleanser. Now I will be completely honest, I did not get to use as much of this as I would have liked because, yes, you guessed it, my 16-year-old daughter loves these cleansers. So anything that is in this shape bottle and green on my cleansing shelf disappears quicker than most, but I do love the Purifying Cleanser. It is great if you have combination skin, normal to combo skin, really oily skin, active acne. It's probably not going to be your first choice of Tata's cleansers if you have eczema, if you have really bad rosacea, if you're prone to redness with sort of a slightly more, it's not stinging at all, but you can feel that it's more astringent, if that makes sense. Outside of that group of people, I don't think I've recommended this to anyone personally who's come back and said, well, that was rubbish. And trust me, they would tell me. It's a resounding yes from me, Simon. Then I have two. One that I would happily purchase again and again and again, and one that I probably wouldn't. The one that I probably wouldn't is from Cyprus, and it's the Cleanser Concentrate. Now, I used it up, but I used it up out of principle because I wanted to put it in an Empties video, and I wanted to make sure how I felt. How I feel is that for what you get for your pound, it is prohibitively expensive for most. This, I think, is about £61. And I think in the current climate, especially in terms of we don't know what's going on with Brexit, there's a lot of talk about price, and Drunk Elephant just launched, and I'm going to be addressing that I will have already addressed that because you'll have seen that already. But the Drunk Elephant pricing came as a shock to quite a few people in the UK. In simple terms, if a brand is born in the USA and they send it, singing Bruce in your head now, aren't you? And they send it over to the UK, you will end up paying pretty much dollar for pound. Trust me when I tell you it's much worse going the other way. If you have a British brand that sells to the US market gets screwed much more than we do. So I will have elaborated on that further, and I will put a link to that video below, assuming it's already gone up. I think it will have. Bear with, it's Friday afternoon. But the Cyprus Cleanser Concentrate, it's fine. It doesn't bowl me over, is the best way of putting it. So if you love it, then absolutely knock yourself out, go for it. There's nothing in here that would put me off advising it for anyone. It's just that for what it is and for the price, there's nothing that makes me go, oh, I couldn't be without that. I could live without this. But, like I say, I know it has its fans. That's Cyprus. In a similar vein, but one that I would absolutely, it's like crack, not that island, use time and time again, is the Berkey Vitamin C Nourishing Cleansing Balm. Now, first of all, it kind of looks like, if you're in the UK, it looks like semolina. that makes any reference to your childhood in your head. It's not a balm. It's not a balm. It's called a cleansing balm, but for example, if you compare this to the Emma Hardy, worlds apart. This is like a runny, if this was full and I tipped it, it would fall out. It's like a runny, jelly it's kind of gelatinous. I know that makes no sense, but my skin loves this brand. My skin loves this cleanser. My nose, not that this should have any relevance, I know. My nose loves Kat Berkey products potentially more than any other. Here's the weird thing. I met with Kat Berkey this week, just had a cup of tea. I had never met the woman before, and I said, oh my God, I love your smell, I love your scent, your fragrance. And she said, oh, you love the cucumber, and I was slightly horrified on my own behalf, because cucumber to me is up there with coriander. It's a C word. I hate cucumber with a passion. It's filth. I hate cucumber, I hate pickles, I hate coriander, I hate parsley, I hate olives. I have that. It's in Wikipedia. There's a certain palette. I can't drink coffee. All the C words. However, this cleansing C word, her products, and everyone again who has used this has said to me, oh my God, that Kat Berkey product smells like a dream. So you should not, absolutely you should not buy a cleanser that is £55 for the smell. If you're on a budget, this is not for you in any way, shape or form. Neither is this. Frankly, neither is this. You could probably get away with Emma Hardy because she sells in place, excuse me, I've got hiccups. She sells, calm down. She sells in places like Marks and Spencer's, who frequently do Sparks rewards and things like that. But my skin loves this cleanser. My skin doesn't mind this cleanser, but my skin loves the Kat Berkey. That's all I can tell you. Two here, one won't be a surprise, so I'm just going to say it before anyone says, oh, I was expecting to see that. Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator. He is probably going to be, I mean, it's quite telling that my empties are quite consistent. There's usually an Emma Hardy, there's usually a Tata, there's usually a Josh, and there's 2 or 3 of the others that you'll recognise too. This I use every single day. He has since sent me, why can't I talk? I'll tell you why I can't talk, because I'm still in the middle of Invisalign. I've taken them out and it adjusts your bite, so I'm very lispy. He has sent me the 8-ounce one, and it is huge, and I keep it on my dressing table. That entire bit of writing is the Inky list. Love him, love the brand, love this mist. I mean, it's much more than a mist, that's what I call it. Speaking of love him, love the brand, Zellen's Dr. Marco Lens Z Balance Prebiotic and Probiotic Facial Mist. There is a lot of talk of the biotics, whether they're pre and pro in skincare. I always say if you have a clinical, fantastic, and as you'll know if you've watched my videos for any length of time, Dr. Lens does clinicals on everything. He was ahead of the curve with this product. It's been out a few years, and I use this if my skin is annoyed with me. If my skin has had, if I've gone a bit too hard on the retinol, which to be fair, I kind of try not to do anymore. I'm just trying to be gentle and a bit wiser. But this is a fantastic product. Love him, love the brand. There's a theme there. 2 eye creams. One is, actually it's got a manky lid. One, it has been seen on here in routines and on my Instagrams. This is Drunk Elephant Shabba, because remember last time I sang Mr. Loverman for you? Shabba, can't help myself. Maybe I'll link to that too, because a lot of people were annoyed that they did not know what that song was and they felt like they were left out, so I'll make sure you're included. The Shabba Complex Eye Serum, Drunk Elephant, Copper Peptides, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Oh, no, that's done. This is a great, light, hydrating eye cream. I now prefer the Sea Tango. However, this is absolutely fine for you if you are, I mean, any age, but especially under 35 to 40 and just want to take care of, you know, the fine lines, the wrinkles, all that sort of thing. Whereas the Sea Tango is a bit more intense. Think of the tango as a dance, it's more intense. Whereas Shabba Ranks and Mr. Loverman is much more chilled and laid back. You can pay me for that later, Drunk Elephant, you can use that analogy. Okay, Chanel Blue Serum Eye. I think I might do a focus video, not so much a brand overview because I wouldn't be able to cover all of it because there's some Chanel products that I don't use in skincare, but the blue serum, the blue line and the Hydra range are lush. The Blue Serum Eye is Oh, I got some out. You know I'm going to take that to pieces now. That was dead as a doornail when I... Wait. Oh no. Yeah, that was literally remnants. Sorry, Chanel. Okay, now I've literally busted it. Fantastic. Never let it be said that I don't take it to the wall for you people. This is very similar. I'm just going to leave the lid off. Similar to this in terms of the image you get when you think of the blue. So hydrating, water-based, good for fine lines. However, there is a big difference. This being Chanel is fragranced. Drunk Elephant is not. Now, if you like Chanel fragrance in skincare, then you're fine. But I know a lot of you don't. So just bear that in mind. However, if you, Chanel is readily available in most places. Check out the Blue range and the Hydra range. They are lush, especially the Hydra cream, the Hydra, oh God, the essence, the lotion. I'll try and get them all together and I'll do like a quick focus, but I use this up. God, I wish, see, wouldn't it be great if all eye creams were required by law to have a little window down the side so you could see when it was running out? Anyway, okay, next. Again, an oldie, and this is Mullet. Clinique Moisture Surge. This is been on here numerous times. It is, again, easily accessible. No, maybe. Hyaluronic acid, really, really light, immediately hydrating. I tend to use this on a don't want to think about it day. So there are actually a lot of the things here, you can tell I've been really busy because a lot of the things I've managed to use up are, I haven't got time to think about it. So I'll use things I know that my skin does not mess around with. My skin goes, I like that, that can come on board. So everything I've mentioned so far has been like, yeah, I'm used to that. Josh, Drunk Elephant, Tata, Cat Berkey, it's like, okay, I know what that is. Because I just don't want the faff of potentially getting any kind of skin irritation. So Clinique Moisture Surge. This one is the Hydrating Supercharge Concentrate. It's very light, very pink, fragrance-free, key. Fragrance-free is key. Do you like that? It's not actually key for me, but I know it is for a lot of you. Okay, this one will be in my forever and ever and amen. This is Indeed Lab's Squalane Booster. It looks like this. Now, it's now actually called, I do have one somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. It's called Squalene Facial Oil. Find it. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Louise is just, stay there, please. Oh. I think I just stood up in front of you and I think my jeans are undone. Okay, when I got this, it was called Squalene Booster, and I was with Indeed Labs in April, end of April, I think. End of April, beginning May. And I loved it, but this was literally one of their first samples and they had changed the name. It's now Squalane Lightweight Facial Oil. Look, some 100% sugar derived squalane, none of this whale nonsense that people used to be worried about. So it now looks like that. They've made it purple, made it prettier. See? Same juice, same amazing juice. I put a post on the blog about my flight travel kit. And this is key. Actually, I'm going to leave that out and taking that home. Okay, I'm shopping my stash. I'm doing very well, frankly. Love this. Suitable for all skin types, especially brilliant if you are dehydrated, dry, combination and want something really light to hydrate that won't cause you any further irritation. Again, fragrance free. Speaking of, this is my third bottle. Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil, Drunk Elephant. I put the Drunk Elephant brand overview video up earlier this week because it's just gone on sale in the UK. I'd say the comments were 80-20. 80% of the people who had used this loved it, and there was a good 20% of people who said it broke me out. I didn't get on with it. But you'll see that from the brand overview video. I love it. I have nothing else to say except it suits my skin. It doesn't cause me any further irritation. If I was pushed, I would go Squalane because of the price difference. This is literally, I think I want to say like 20 quid, around there. I'll put the absolute real price below, but being Indeed Labs, it's not expensive. Virgin marula oil is not. This, I think, again, and because it's only just gone on sale in the UK, so forgive me, I think it's around 80. But I will put that down below. But I love both of them. 3 moisturisers. I'm going to go with an oldie but a favourite first. I'm gutted that it's run out because it is not available in the EU yet. However, I'm seeing this woman in a week or two and she better bring me, Kate, you better top me up. That's all I'm saying. I never ever call in product. There's a term, call in product. So usually if you're a journalist, in the old days it would be if you were a journalist and you were writing a piece on something, you would call it in from the PR or the brand. And there's bloggers, there are, you know, if we're writing a certain piece for someone or whatever, we would call the PR and go, do you have one of these? I'm writing an article on so-and-so. I just don't do that very often. With Kate Somerville, Kate, I'm calling it in, babe. All right, DTR, deep tissue repair, Peptide Kate. I think they might be calling it Peptide Kate. Maybe I've heard that on the grapevine, maybe I'm losing my mind. But I love deep tissue repair. It's been on the blog approximately 4 billion times. I love Kate, I love the brand. Weirdly, and I said this recently, most of the brands here are brands that if I could only ever live off one brand ever again, they would all qualify. I could live off Kate Somerville, I could live off Tata Harper, I could live off Josh, I could live off Drunk Elephant. The cleansers would give me a push for me, but I'll make it work. I could live off Clinique, easy. I could live off Drunk Elephant, did I say that already? And I could live off Indeed Labs. I could potentially live off Cat Berkey, potentially. I haven't used, I think I've used maybe 40% of the line, so I couldn't really, and I could live off the next one that's coming up. But deep tissue repair, you don't need it if you're 20, you don't need it if you're 25. I don't think you even really need it if you're 30, but being an American brand, they'll probably disagree with me and say you do. It is to give you really good hydration boost. It is for I would say it's for an older, slightly dehydrated, dry skin that has visible lines and wrinkles. That's what I would say if I was doing it on QVC. They would probably never let me get to wear again, but never mind. Now, this is my, again, there's a bit left in the lid, look at that. Cat Berkey, ran out at the same time. Vitamin C Intensive Face Cream. Again, not cheap at all, but my skin loves it. My nose loves it. My olfactory side of my nose loves it. Both of these, by the way, I should have mentioned, both of these apparently have 15% vitamin C. I'm going to be completely honest and say I don't know how it's stabilised. I'm not sure what form it is, but I'll obviously link to everything below, and there will be a few of you on there I know who are already Googling it because you're the psychos and I embrace you and I love you. You are welcome here. But the Intensive Face Cream, I don't know why, I think Intensive, to my mind and my experience in dealing with customers, makes people think that it's going to be really rich. This is not. This is such a similar texture to the cleanser that I once was showing someone what I thought was the vitamin C cream in store, and I picked up the cleanser by accident because I didn't have my glasses on, and she still bought it. She bought the C cream, but I tested it with the cleanser. When I was doing one of my Space and K events, by the way, I don't work for Cat Berkey. So, love this, love this. This one is newer. Used it to the bone. This is DCL Peptide Plus Cream. You will notice a pattern, people. I am using much more, when it comes to creams and serums, I'm really leaning towards high tech because my face needs it, as so many of you lovely people keep pointing out. Thank you. But the Peptide Plus Cream is loaded with peptides, and it is great for a more mature skin, a drier skin. I might have an aging skin, but I don't think I'm very mature. Thank you very much. Again, the thing that these three have in common is that they are not cheap. The thing that they also have in common is that I bloody love them all. In terms of who it would be best for, this is for you if I have quite a few ladies who don't want to use a serum, they just want to use a face cream. They want a basic cleanser and a basic face cream. This would be perfect for you because it's a really active moisturiser. It's not just the difference that all these have between something like this and say a Cetaphil moisturiser, not the cleanser, moisturiser from Boots, is that these three are designed to actually have active ingredients in them that will support a skin that is challenged by getting older. In the way that you need a slightly stronger bra after a certain age, you need a slightly stronger moisturiser. And that's why they cost more. So don't buy these if you are, all of them under 30. If you're 30, just 30, and you smoke and drink like a trooper, consider, well, first of all, don't do that shit to yourself. Secondly, consider really good vitamin C serum and maybe one of these. If, however, you have a perpetually dry skin, whatever you do doesn't work, maybe look into those. Love them all, like they were children. Now this, I can't get the rest of it out, and it's really bugging me because it sticks and then you get it down here and it doesn't really come out. This is Marc Jacobs, the Invisible Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. Obviously I bought it because it was coconut. Amanda Bell put me onto this when we were in a Sephora trip. She just grabbed it and said, dude, and that's how she talks to me. Dude, you'll love this. And that's all it takes with me and Amanda, because she knows me so well. It went straight in my basket and she was right. Not only do I love it, but I have to hide. I bought two. I bought two and then two on my last trip. I have one left and I'm going back to the States not until the end of November, so I'm trying to make it last. I have to hide it from Ava because she also loves it. I'm not playing with this though because they pulled out of the UK. I know that they are coming back to a major London store. I don't know if that's news yet. If it is, I will put it below. If it's not, watch this space. But coconut primer, Marc Jacobs, bloody lush. Okay, we're done. We are done. Hope that was helpful. I'm going to try and do them a bit more often so it doesn't go on for 4 hours, although this is obviously really long. Emma Hardy, always. Kypris, not so much. Kat Berkey, cleansing balm, only if you can afford it. Tat Harper, only if you can afford it. Lush, but very different skin types. Normal combination, dry, dehydrated, any skin essentially, but that's the kind of big difference. Josh Rosebrook, forever and a day, amen, God bless you. Marco Lenz. By the way, whenever I mention Dr. Lenz, some of you pervs send very nice messages and ask me to pass them on to him. No, stop being filthy. Yes, he's a very handsome man. No, I am not his agent in that department. Z-Balance Prebiotic and Probiotic Facial Mist. Love it. Fantastic product. But again, if you can't afford it, actually, if you can't afford this, it's going to be hard to find something that matches it in terms of prebiotics. I have to think from memory and see if I can find something that's more affordable. But if you can, and you are worried about your sort of acid mantle and the sort of surface skin issues, that is worth looking out for. My now destroyed Chanel eye cream, straight into recycling. Actually, it can go into recycling because it's plastic all inside. And Drunk Elephant. Perfect for fine lines, all eye problems. Why am I doing this? I can't do that with this because the lid will go flying into the camera. This is amazing too, but this one is fragrance, this one is not. However, I love the Chanel fragrance. You don't need it in skincare. If it's an issue for you, stay away. Clinique Moisture Surge, dead as a dodo. I don't know if I'll tap into a new one of these yet because I have a ton of new hyaluronic acid products that I'm playing with, but it's one that I would reach for if I didn't even want to think about it, like, oh, I know my skin will be fine with that, done. 2 oils, Marula, love it, Squalane, adore it. If I had to pick, I'd probably go Squalane, but I love the Drunk Elephant too. All of these last 3, actually. Let's do a very nice group shot. This isn't going to work. I'm going to drop it everywhere, but never mind. Okay, the Indeed Labs, the Kat Berkey, the Kate Somerville, the GCL, and the blue elephant. It's because the blue thing's sitting there looking at me. The Drunk Elephant. All of them I love. And then my good mate Marc Jacobs, who I once called a middle-aged white man. Soz MJ. Love your product though. I will see you soon. I have no idea what's next, as always. I know what's next for me. It's Wagamama Friday and home. Take care, bye!